Welcome back, Arcanist Armory fans, to episode 37 of the Arcanist's Adventures. We last time, if you remember, most of the party made it out of the Tree of Seasons. Well, I guess all of the party made it out of the Tree of Seasons. But in the last minutes of having dealt with the fire that threatened the tree, Bouge picked one card to pass the season to winter. Failing his dex save in escaping from the tree, the season has changed. And the party is back where they were in winter. They come into the village of New Spring Hollow, Old Wolfstall, and they encounter Mozilla, who has told them that he was waiting for them, as was Pan, until Pan's domain ended promptly 5 minutes before with the change of seasons, since the wild has no domain in winter. And here we are.
Put the quest off for a year. It's not an issue.
Oh, and Artemili's key is glowing again because it is technically that he has passed through 1 year, whether or not the outer world passed the same year.
That's fair. It was a long year.
I'm up for round 2.
So
we
have to find Susan.
Before we open the door, you do hear a jingle of bells again. And Father Christmas touches down. Says, hello, given that I haven't had any time to prepare since I last saw you, I take your mission did not go as well as you planned.
You could say that.
There was a slight detour.
And a missing party member.
I feel a little responsible for that. So just in case you need to get the seasons on track again, we're going to give 2 of you gifts this time.
I'll go back in there, man.
And he takes off. However, at the same time, there is a ethereal singing sound that pops up. As you look up, you see a being that looks extremely lovely and very female, but you are uncertain whether they are human or elf or whatnot. She descends from above and says, hello, adventurers. I come bearing a card of greeting sent to you by the Edgelord. She pulls what appears to be a scroll that is rolled out from her very stylish and small pockets. Pulls her the entire scroll and shakes it. From the scroll falls what appears to be a small square made of an unfamiliar material and a little metallic appearing circle in the middle.
A button.
Along one of the edges, you do see little rivets. And Mozilla's eyebrow quirks upon seeing the item.
Zilla, do you know anything about this?
Trust old Edgy to still be running on the old stuff. I haven't seen a floppy in ages.
Cool. So what do we do with it?
This is okay.
Well,
This doesn't look like the card Father Christmas gave us. So.
Well,
You like
I don't
it?
even know if I have anything compatible. Let me check. He pulls the glowing stone tablet that you saw him working with before,
Oh.
and begins to interact with the face of it, and eventually he does come across something. He says, well, that may work. I could get you into this, but I need I think it's called an antique reliquary. I don't have one available to me. You may need to check out the village market.
Where would we find one of those, and what does it look like?
Go check the archivist's house. He's not coming home.
No, but apparently he also wasn't nice.
Well, he probably would have an old thing.
It's fair.
There,
Can we find anything?
I
though?
do believe there is a magical artifacts dealer in your market.
There is. We're not on speaking terms though.
Last time we were there.
At least we learned a year ago.
I wouldn't risk it.
I have
Well-
money this time, I think.
Do you have money?
I
Yeah, because you got paid.
That's true. I think I gave you money back.
yeah, I have money this time.
Give it to the shark.
Well,
We might be on speaking terms. I have money.
well, far be it from me to
You don't
get
have
my hands dirty, but I would love to send you with some assistance in case you need help. Because I would like to know what dear Edgeworth's message is to you.
Have we met this person before?
Oh, silly me.
But Boosh is looking through his bag of.
I'm just
his
really
bag.
confused. I'm like, do I know this person?
Make a check on Bouj's search.
So, do you want me to make a religion or a investigation check?
Investigation.
Okay.
This is DC 3 because the statue is going to be very apparent in your bag.
17.
Okay. You do find you do find a very intricate carved statue. It looks a little bit different than the being above you, but given that it is posed exactly the same as her, and is changing its position whenever she moves, you figure that this probably is very well linked. The bottom of the statue states Aphrodite, goddess of love.
Cool.
You find something over there?
Yeah, I have her statue.
Who is she?
Oh, this is Aphrodite. She's a goddess.
How silly.
Apparently an edgelord. Okay.
And I don't know if I have an edgelord.
Make a check on that too.
Investigation or religion?
That would be history.
Or, yeah, what kind of check?
Yeah.
Where's my history? 12.
So you do not come up with anything in your bag marked edgelord. When you're thinking about it strongly and Mozilla nods in your direction, there is a mild glow from one of the statues, but it looks kind of old and dusty. And it says the Explorer.
Oh.
Um,
I think I have his younger brother. Statue.
Mozilla's?
No, edgelords.
Oh, okay.
That Mozilla says, that's a story for a different time.
Oh,
I don't know how long this artifact will hold up. You might want to get that converter sooner rather than later. Aphrodite says, yes, sorry for not introducing myself. I'm used to being adored everywhere I go, and I just figured you knew me.
It's been a bit crazy of 20 minutes. Apparently it's been a year.
I
I've had a rough year.
young love. Time does fly. Well, just I wouldn't dare interfere, but in case you need some help, Cupid! She snaps her fingers and appears to cast a spell of some sort. Does anyone care to make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Now we're crucial anyway. Oh,
Double that.
13.
26.
13.
So Tamira,
Scrooge is passively curious about it, I think.
Tamira, in avoiding her religious backlash from citing gods only when they're applicable to her, has seen this spell cast before. It is a very high level summon celestial. And very soon, a ill-dressed for the recently beginning to snow circumstances, we'll say fairy appears. They are loosely swaddled in about one loincloth and a shoulder strap, and appears to have only a bow across their shoulders. Oh, you cold, governor? Yes, Cupid. Yeah, I know it's your off season, but these adventurers needed help, and I knew you wouldn't be busy. So, what can I do you for?
We're finding an ancient reliquary holder thing.
What was it called?
Ancient relic.
Yes, he got it. That's what I need. An ancient reliquary converter.
Oh, converter, not holder.
You seem competent of holding it, but
Anyway.
Okay, so off you are then. Where are we off to?
Do you think we can find it in town, or do we? I don't want to go back to there without Susan.
Are we going to try Ivan first?
I don't think I'm welcoming the Ivans.
Okay.
So I can go look for them in the house.
Okay, you can go see if you can find anything at the archivist thing.
Okay, I'll take Brenner.
You'll
Which,
take
by
what?
the way, Grenner, the warrior.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Temporarily.
Artemis, do you want to?
I don't know if it was covered, but he does not look like a changeling right now.
Do you want to go to Ivan's?
Who is Ivan?
The spellcast. You were there when we went in the tent and got us stuck.
I don't know what happened in the tent, but I'm sure
Oh yeah, you stayed out of it.
Oh.
Ivan is the person that runs the back room for that tent.
Oh, different
Ah.
timeline. Got it.
Uh,
He was.
Trixie
He didn't.
ages.
He didn't.
Whatever. We can deal with him.
You want to come? Well, it's pretty much just you buy something from each person buys something, and then the person who bought it gets out.
Yes. Oh, the witch's tent.
Yeah, the witch's tent.
Okay. Yeah, we can go there.
Yeah, do you want to spend money going to the witch's tent, or do you want to go searching through the old person's house?
Well, I mean, the archivist did not sound like he had a lot of magic paraphernalia at his house, so
Probably.
it may be best to check out Ivan's.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Cupid can decide which group he wants to go with. Does he want to have to spend money to get out of a cursed tent, or does he want to
Go look through a dusty old house.
a dusty old house full of books?
Books are not my scene. Okay. We'll try the forbidden magics. Those can be fun.
All right.
Okay.
You might be prepared to spend a little coin though.
I
will give him a gold piece and say that should help you be able to get out at least out without a
Okay.
problem.
He flutters behind Artemilius, and the archivist's house is actually closer than the market. Believe it or not. So we will start with Grenier and Mira and Lissy.
Oh yeah. Is she doing okay?
No.
She's at 14 hit points instead of 7.
So I guess
It is early winter and only beginning to snow, so she is not yet taking cold damage. But
okay. I was gonna say if she's taking cold damage, we would have taken care of that first.
yes.
Maybe find her a stable.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is there like an inn nearby that we can put her in temporarily?
This time of day, it would be the Swanky Duckling.
Okay. Is that on the way to the archivist's?
Yes.
Okay, we'd stop there first and see if we can find a
Stable.
stable.
for the day.
Yeah, it's not hard. They've taken care of her a couple of times at this point.
Okay. Does it cost me anything?
Susan's actually paid her tab so far, so
No, got it.
That's true.
Until Susan comes back.
Okay.
okay.
Why did you post that?
Okay. The
Archivists.
yes, you find your way to the library, and you enter in the front, and you are greeted by a gnome that looks very familiar. Said, "Hello, you're back.
Hello,
Feels
you're
like-
back.
It feels like years since I saw you last."
Uh-huh. I know what you did.
What?
Play dumb. We'll see.
What?
Hi, I'm looking for something. And you a collector of the stuff, the good stuff from the olden ages.
Okay.
A collector of things. I'm looking for an ancient reliquary converter.
Oh. Well. Nope.
Careful.
You don't want to make that sayings
Just
that
so
saying rules
shy.
in real life.
You were just so shy.
The gnome scared her.
So sorry, I
Pause it.
I know of the item you speak, but as a druid, I've always been more of an apple person. I don't. We don't need the reliquary converter, so I never kept one on hand.
Do you know?
Old
where-
Joe used to have one.
Do you know where he lives?
Well, I haven't seen him for about 200 years, but he used to live out. Oh, you know the chapel that you went to. It was about 3 hollers and a view from there off to the left.
Can you tell me went to the chapel?
No.
Yes, I was the one that you asked for
Ah,
directions.
okay. I
Uh,
wasn't asking him. FYI. That was sorry, out of character. Trying to remember. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you.
yes.
Have fun.
Okay. Oh, did you want that book?
Sure, you do remember.
Well, no one else has come here asking for a book, even since before you came. So,
Fair.
uh,
What did you find?
well,
Has been here, I guess.
I did find it. Let me see. It was. Here it is, the Hearts Weaver Primer. I hear that it works as a spell book of sorts. I don't have need of it. I can't really use it, and it's kind of a little bit too gushy for me.
Okay. Well, thank you.
But here you may check it out. Our return policy is you must return it by, well,
It might be a year. We'll see how things go.
oh that's fine. You usually you can have it out for 5 years and I don't check up, but and then you can renew it. But no one's asked for it in ever. So
Okay. Well, thank you.
you're welcome. Don't be a stranger.
Okay. Bye. I don't trust him.
Is this in character?
Out of character. I know what you did. What?
I mean, it would do an arcana check on the book.
Actually,
Make sure it's not-
yeah. Plus 7 is 18.
It's really hard to tell if objects are cursed.
Yeah.
If it's actually magical though, because I know what he told those druids. You know those. What else?
So you look at the book. I need you to tell me if any of the following are in your spell book already.
Okay. Here's my spell book.
Any of the following spells: antipathy, sympathy,
No.
charm person,
No.
dominate person,
No.
enthrall, hypnotic pattern, modify memory, or suggestion.
No. Oh, we did have that one. Well, there you go. I do not.
Okay.
I have friends.
So you do not recognize anything in the book. It does smell vaguely of cinnamon. And off of that, that's what you know.
All right. That's fine.
It is a magic
They
book with
do-
spells in it.
They do look like spells.
So what he gave me is actually a spell book, and I can say that with a shirt.
I mean, he said he doesn't use it, so like, who knows if they do anything?
Okay, but it looks like there's spells in there, whether
Yes.
they're legit or not is an construct.
It looks spell-like.
Yes,
Okay.
it looks like your spell book in a much frillier handwriting.
It looks like you got Aphrodite's spell book.
I don't know.
So you may add the Heartweaver primer to your inventory when you get the chance.
Okay.
Guess
we'll go back to the duckling. I'm not going to the ditch.
Okay.
You're
So
broke because you don't want to spend money.
I don't know how we'll be welcomed.
Okay.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Armelia's and I can.
you're not going to go look for Joe's converter.
Not yet.
Okay. We'll go to the
We'll go
tent.
back to that chapel. There's rats.
We'll go to the
They're not that chapel.
No, the other
The
chapel.
zombie beholder chapel.
Oh, no.
Not the cultist spawn point, the cultist retreat.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going there by myself.
Hey. So Cupid, Artemiles, and Bruges
Yeah.
stroll through the market. It seems a lot less active than the last time you were there, probably because it is now winter and there are only a few sellers of out-of-season vegetables.
My cabbages.
Good job.
Some of the later season vegetables like carrots and gourds, but you don't have the frilly market merchants that would have been here for silks and stuff outside. However, you do still see the vibrant walls of the great and powerful Ivan's tent.
Okay.
Who enters first?
Boosh.
Okay. As you enter,
This is only the second time he's been in here.
That's true. We were selling cabbages last time.
Yeah, he's been outside and selling cabbages. We didn't have money last time.
as you enter, the old woman from before looks up and says, "Oh, it's you."
Yeah, it's me.
Let me see. She looks over, gives you the once over. Her eyes appear to fasten on your coin pouch. At which she says, "So what can we do for you?" Are you still standing in the doorway?
No. He says I brought some friends. And moves out of the doorway so that Artemiles and Cupid, if Cupid chooses.
Okay. As Artemiles walks in, Lord Artemiles, it's great to see you again.
Oh, it's you.
It's good to see you again. And it's you. As the fairy buzzes in behind you, she grows visibly less enthusiastic.
We're looking for an ancient reliquary converter.
Ivan! From the back comes floating what looks like a very old cube of metal with a little dangly string attachment on it. And says, "Yeah, here's a top class reliquary converter for you.
Cool. How much does it cost?
Roll persuasion."
$25.
Oh, well, it's been gathering dust for a while. It is vintage, but I'm sure you can put it to better use than we can. I'd give it to you for 3 coppers.
Okay. I,
It is sold as is, though. I haven't booted it up in 75 years, so hopefully it works.
I don't even know how to use it, so I'll take it.
Okay. Lord Arcanist and you, what will you have? Oh, you got any more love arrows? No. We're all out of love arrows, if you must know, Master Cupid. We're not stocking them again. Well, righty then. Ivan, what do we have to get rid of Cupid? A nice piece of stationery floats in from the back room. It has gilded edges, looks very fancy. And she says, well, for anyone else, this would be a once in a lifetime invitation, several hundred gold. But for you, if you'll get out of here, 3 silver.
I gave him this gold piece.
Yes. he hands over the gold piece, takes the change. The moment that he takes the paper, it does appear to meld to his hand. And he is transported outside of the tent.
Thank you, Ben.
Looking for that earlier.
Artemiles looks around and says, I recently came into possession of a nice ring, which he shows off. Do you have anything that would complement it? Ivan? Okay. A signet ring floats in from the back. As Artemiles sees it, his eyes light up and says, my ring! I wondered where that went. Here, take this, at which he tosses a bag of gold onto the table. Thank you for recovering the Strongbow family crest. He takes the ring and is good to leave. Upon going out of the tent, you find Cupid in a rather compromised position, hanging from the top of the tent from the piece of paper, which has merged to the outside of the tent.
What did you do?
I ain't got nothing today.
That's why I asked, what did you do?
I may have forgotten because I sees a lots of people and I helps them with their loves, and well, turns out that I may have seen Ivan before and it may not have worked out so hot.
Oh. So now what are you gonna do?
Well, I don't know.
What spells does food? Well, might be able to. Hi, Elfie.
He is up the angle of the thing. His hand's about 15 feet off the ground, which puts the rest of him about 13 feet off the ground because he's not very tall. But
Okay. Well, once I figure out a way to reach you, I might be able to help you.
let me see. He beats his wings and is able to pull the tent fabric down a little, which puts him about 10 feet off the ground. And I think you're 8 feet tall, so you probably can reach him now.
Okay. I'm gonna reach up and cast remove curse.
Okay.
So all curses affecting one creature or object.
Are you removing curse on him or on the paper? You can't.
Can he reach the paper?
No.
And he is removing curse on Cupid. So if there are curses affecting Cupid, they don't affect him anymore.
So Cupid does come detached from the.
The paper is still attached to the tent.
Yes. Although once Cupid comes out of contact with it, it does begin fluttering off of the tent.
Oh no. Well, that's a problem they'll have to deal with later.
Go ahead and make a reflex save as the paper comes down.
The dexterity save?
Yes.
Oh, this is. Oh, 8.
The paper as it comes down drifts onto Bouge's forehead, sticking there right above your eyes. So you have a gilded piece of paper stuck to your forehead.
I'm gonna reach up and cast remove curse on the paper.
Read me the text of remove curse. Just
If at your touch, all curses affecting one creature or object is end. If the object is a cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell breaks its owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded.
okay. So as you touch it, it does come away from your forehead. And what do you do with it?
I'm gonna ask somebody if they have a piece of cloth that can wrap it in.
Um,
I'm gonna find a piece of cloth to wrap it in.
Artemiles does not have a piece of cloth, however, he does have a stack of papers.
Let's not put it inside your stack of paper. It's writing paper. Putting it inside your. That sounds like a bad idea. Just put it inside your. Nina. I'm gonna. Is there a place that's selling just like basic fabric?
Yes, you can find a burlap seller.
Okay. Can I ask him to can I buy a piece of burlap off of him? It's big enough to wrap the paper in.
Yes.
Okay, how much does it cost?
Roll persuasion.
Persuasion 17.
He says, "You look like a nice person. What are you doing with the paper in your hand as you're haggling?"
I'm making sure that it's not touching anything. That is what I am doing with it.
Okay. seems you have a fancy invitation there. I feel bad for my humble words to be its resting place, but if that's what you want, yeah, have a piece of burlap. I'll feel honored knowing that something so beautiful is wrapped in it.
Thanks. And I'm going to put the paper on the burlap and wrap it up. Put the burlap and put the piece of burlap in my pocket.
Okay. As you put the burlap around it and your hand loses contact with the paper, the burlap seals to the item, and you have a slightly reinforced double layer burlap.
Cupid, do you want it back now?
No, I'm good.
And the burlap doesn't stick to anything?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I've sealed the cursed magic item inside of a piece of burlap.
Thank you, Armory fans. We will see you next week for episode 38 to see what an ancient reliquary converter does.